What's up? Got a Miguron. Fair. What we got in here? Yeah, buddy. It says right here. This is, does it say? This is a Centurion 2. A 609 GN2. Well, I've had Centurions on the channel before, at least one. I know I own two, but this is a high-end Centurion. I think it's the same knife, but it's got like high-end materials. So let's see. Let's see what's made of here. Oh, is that lightweight? Wow. Yeah, really lightweight. So definitely got some really cool carbon fiber on here, and it looks like it's got some green in that carbon fiber. It's got green layers. Titanium pocket clip, titanium backspacer, titanium liners that include these milled bolsters, but then it's got this carbon fiber insert down on top of the titanium. And man, is it light. Let's get it out of there. Yep, that's the Centurion. And it is in M390 steel. So yeah. Oh, man, is that nice. I mean, it's got kind of a snappy detent. Not kind of, it does. It's got a snappy detent, but the lock is super light. Yeah, like this is creating plenty of room, very intuitive to get that lock out of the way. It's so light that I got to check it. Yeah, no, it's good. I had to check it. It's super light. But the snap, that detent, is really snappy. Yeah, wonderful action. I love this Centurion, man. I just dig it. I like all versions of it. The budget model is wonderful. The ergonomics on this thing, how that fits in hand. I mean, they just did a good job. I mean, this kind of falls on my finger here, but it's not affecting my grip at all. I feel really locked in. This is very comfortable, really nice. It's got this wonderful bead blast finish, semi-satin finish on that M390. And man, is that good action. Can't really slow roll it only because that detent pops it out of there. Yeah. Boop. But, ooh, is that nice. I dig it. I like it. I like it a lot. Hey, let's get in it. Let's check it in proper. Which means we're going to tear it apart. Clean it, whatever. Wipe it down. Lube it. Yeah, this isn't the best. One screw and it's recessed into carbon fiber. So is that going to be okay? It is, but it's going to be really important that that screw stays tight, because if that screw comes loose, this could, functioning the knife, you could waller that out, and then you got a problem, because I don't know that there'd be any way to fix that once it's rounded out. To its credit, it does have 4 flat sides. The corners are rounded, but I think it'll hold it in there pretty tight as long, yeah, I mean, they're slop in there. I mean, even with that down in there, pressing down hard, there's slop. So, I mean, it's not the best design. Do I mean that as a criticism? Yeah, kinda. It's not the best. TH, trying to get T6 to help me out. It's not going to work. Yep. I believe it's numbered. Now that I'm seeing that there, I'm going to say that the knife is numbered. Well, and it's on the scale too. How about it? That's kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of dirty in here. Surely we're not going to hurt it by wiping it down, cleaning it up. Doesn't want to come off of there. Yeah, that is tight fit right there on the end of that pivot. There we go. Compact little bearings. It's got, that's kind of cool. It's like a, what do you think that is? I'm going to say it's brass. The little backspacer is brass. I am going to pull this scale because that is really loose. So I'm going to tighten up the screw that's holding that from the other side. Now, when I tighten the other side, would it tighten this side? Maybe, probably. And it's all 188 about it. But yeah, that screw's really loose in there, so I'm going to tighten it up. I don't want that flopping around in there. Yeah, I can't get it any tighter. So I'm sure it will tighten up when I tighten the other side. But we're going to wipe it all down. Let's get it cleaned up. Get it cleaned up, put back together. There's a little bit of trash and debris in here. Not a lot, a little bit. Love the finish on this blade. Beautiful stone wash. Semi-satin finish. Yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty cool. I suppose that's, I just dropped one of my bearings. Let me get it picked up. My towel caught it. That's probably helpful if you're hand fitting components, you know what I mean? If you're hand fitting those scales, you want them, they're specific to a knife. Let's get that out. And let's get the other one out. No, not that. That. There it is. Yeah, it's kind of dirty. Some kind of dirt in there. It could just be dust from the carbon fiber. That carbon fiber can create black dust. Titanium collar, anodized. All right, now we're doing the small parts. So let me pick up that bearing. Now let me pick it up. Pick it up already, bro. All right, G. All right. Goof. Be dropping parts, pieces and parts. There we go. All right, let's put it back together. Reassembly. Yeah, we want to go here. Pivot. And they've got a slot cut in there for that pivot. And then that slot's got a ridge here. So they made up and it locks that. So it's pretty cool. It also, you know, it's a simple thing, but it allows them to line up their pivot with their logo, which I appreciate the fact. I mean, I didn't say much about it, but there's no badging on this blade. Their logo's in the pivot. I mean, what a novel idea. Might have heard that before somewhere. Surely they didn't do it because, you know, I mean, ain't nobody listening to me, but I dig it. It's a good idea. Because all that badging, nobody's down for that. Nobody's like, Well, if I had my way, they'd put a huge billboard over all the Nobody wants that. Yeah, that is a ego thing for the company. That would be like um, Chevrolet painting a big Chevrolet on the side of the door. I mean, the small logos that they put on their cars, and a lot of manufacturers are really minimalistic with all that now. They don't like spell out their whole thing. They just have like a logo that stands for that. The minimalistic people don't want it. I mean, I'm pretty sure when you buy a new car, you can choose to delete all that. Say, hey, I don't want all that stuff on my car, and they'll take it off. And then, of course, the dealer will come along and put all his stickers on there, right? Um, yeah, I don't think I'm missing anything. I think we can get this on there. Nah, that ain't it. Goof. There it is. Yep, it tightened up. All right, scales. Scales, man. I wonder if that green would overlay with some purple. Oh no. I could take a small hint of purple in there. If I was really careful, I could maybe do the bottom lines in purple. I don't know that I'm that patient though to manage that. I could that new dye, that leather dye, paint it on there and like do every other line. Do this line and that line in purple. Just paint it. Be really careful. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do any of that. I think I'm just going to leave it just like it is. Got distracted talking about dyeing this purple. Stay focused. Use the force, Luke. Yeah, I think the toughest thing that I'm going to have to decide on this piece is should it stay or should it go? Hopefully I'll remember that song and I'll put that song as the short should I stay or should I go? Yeah. Purge it or keep it. Now, I got it purposefully because I tried the other Centurion, the budget version, and I liked it. And I thought, you know what? I like this enough that I'm going to get the other one. Normally, I can get the budget one, feature it on the channel, and I'm good. I don't have to add, the upgraded versions. It's the ones that I like that I'm going to keep that I think about doing that. And this one's one of those. Man, it's just light and comfy and nice. Let's talk about the action. I mean, it's a guillotine. Somebody corrected me a while back. I think I had said it's a guillotine. It's a guillotine. Yeah. I mean, super nice. I'm going to give that action Great access to the frame lock. This is lowered and scalloped. Then the frame lock side is scalloped. And so really intuitive, super light pressure to move that out of the way, get that down the road. Then I mean, if you don't get your fingers out of the way, it'll get you because it's coming. Excellent Spidey flick, nice detent. It's almost a little strong on the detent, but because it's like that, I'm gonna give it an A. I was thinking A minus, but I'm gonna give it an A because the detent is solid without having to put massive pressure on the lock. It's just, I mean, the hole that the ball goes into and the size of the ball, it's on point. It's wonderful. Yep. Ergonomics. So it's wonderful in hand. It just fits. Great platform for the thumb. There's not so confident, confident, and very confident. And it doesn't have like a pronounced finger guard, but I am really locked in here. So I'm going to bring it up to a confident grip. I feel really locked in here. It's got a really nice reverse grip. Like this is that comfy? And then this, it's capable, but not so much. You can get there, but it feels wonky. Let's check the pocket clip. It looks a little thin as far as the space in there to me. So I think we're going to run into trouble. We'll see. Yeah, it ran out of room on the thick stuff. I can only get it to there. And of course, once it's there, it's locked because it's everything it can handle. Let's try standard jean size material. This is like triple seamed. So this is standard jean thickness. And honestly, it run really well and created excellent tension with that thickness of material. So I really like it. Let me try back here. That's my spot. This back right pocket up towards the front, the outer side. Reach back and get that with the screw where it's at. I would be reaching back, like this, and I would encounter this. It's wonderful. Yeah, I like it. Very cool. I was a little concerned it wasn't going to have enough tension, but man, it ran well. Blade contact, nah, nothing there. And the tip is recessed. It bumps me up just at the tip. So the tip's good, the clip is good, and I'm confident, especially with that detent. You can hear that lock in. That with this knife closed, I feel confident I can handle this knife any way I want, and I'm not going to run into the sharp part. Is it in fact sharp? Let's find out. Yeah, man. Yep. Very nice job. Sticky. Very sticky. I don't get too many knives anymore that aren't sharp. I mean, back in the day, you go back, I don't know, go back 10 years ago. I mean, I'm getting knives all the time that weren't sharp. And the more high end, the more custom they were, it seemed like the worse they were sharpened sometimes. But nowadays, knives are coming sharp. All right. Hey, let's check out price and availability. Where are they and how much do we got to pay for one of these? Okay, so when I talk about availability and all that, I'm talking about what I'm finding. I mean, can you find these knives elsewhere? 100% you can. I don't check everywhere. I have my kind of standard go-tos, man, like Amazon and White Mountain Knives. I mean, I run through Blade HQ sometimes, Knife Center, Atlantic Knives, Chicago Cutlery. I mean, so I go through a lot of different places, but I don't always check all of the sources for every knife. So on this particular knife, anyways, with that little speech, I checked White Mountain Knives, which they have them, and they're about $189. So if you take, I don't know, take $19 off that with 10% off. That brings you down to, what is that, $170? Okay. Well, the place to buy these looks to be Amazon. You can buy these knives. They have a blue one, the green one. They have a couple of higher end versions. They also have one in S90V, same knife, but S90V steel versus the M390. And the S90V is a little less money than the M390, oddly enough. I wouldn't have thought that. I would have thought that the S90V would be more money, but it's not. It's about $10 cheaper. But you can buy this knife on Amazon for $159. So about $11 cheaper than White Mountain Knives. Now, White Mountain Knives doesn't charge tax and they give free shipping. Well, it's free shipping through Amazon, but they're going to charge you tax. So if you're in a 10% tax area, at 159, well, you're going to put another $16 back on it, which puts you up to 175 versus 170 through White Mountain Knives. Yeah, so if you're in a 5% tax bracket, you're going to put $9 back on top of, let's say, 159, and that puts you at 168. So at that point, that price point, with that tax bracket, that would put you, $2 or $3 less than White Mountain Knives. So I don't know. Does $1 or $2 make a difference? You tell me. Yeah, if I remember, I'll put a link to this down below though to Amazon, and if you buy it from there, you don't pay any more money for it, but the channel gets a couple of bucks or something. I don't know. So, hey, I appreciate you watching. The Miguron Centurion, I believe it's a Centurion 2, in M390 carbon fiber titanium. And I really, really like this knife. And I'll be honest, at the end of this video, I'm not sure if I'm going to purge it or keep it. It's pretty special, pretty nice. Appreciate y'all watching though.